My wife keeps whispering my name. It started on a vacation, a 3-day hike near Bryson City, North Carolina, an area we hiked regularly as young lovers and then a young married couple. During a few years before my job moved us to Atlanta, we're planning to start a family, so this was our getaway before we try in earnest. I've always wanted to be a father. 3, maybe 4. But once the baby comes, one thing is certain. Life change. So we hiked. After about 3 hours of hiking, we arrived at our campsite. I got busy putting up the tent while she went gathered the firewood. Dusk was falling. The sky a deep indigo. Perfect. I had just completed it and lit our lamp when I heard it. A whistling. I grew up in Appalachia. I knew the rules. Never whistle at night. Never. I've grown up, moved away, and have a job. But Granny's warning stayed with me. I ran in the direction of the whistling, found her standing there, whistling, collecting wood. Girl! Shh! I yell. She looks at me like I was insane. I probably looked insane, eyes wild. You don't whistle in the woods. Why? You don't want to attract the wrong things. As soon as those words left my lips, a high-pitched scream pierced the night, sounding like a woman in pain. What was that? She asked. Probably just a fox. Just then a scream answered from the opposite direction. I grabbed half of the firewood and we hightailed it back to the campsite. I will never use fire starter normally, but we have packed some in case of rain. While she rummaged for it, I quickly arranged the kindling. A branch snapped, probably 50 yards from the campsite. She came up behind me. I grabbed the bottle from her and sprayed it. A branch snapped again, closer this time. I flicked the first match. It sputtered, then died. I hear another crunch in the brush at the edge of the campsite. The hair on my neck stood up, and my skin crawled with the sense of being watched. Summoning all my will, I steadied my hands. I lit a match and tossed it. With a whoosh, the fire lit, sending a small fireball up into the night. I stood frozen as the wood caught a branch cracked further away. The sense of being watched went away. I exhaled and placed some larger sticks on the fire. Are you happy now? She asked jokingly. Did you not hear that? What are you talking about? I realized she didn't hear the cracking. I didn't feel like she was watched, just watching me panic. We gathered more wood all within the glow of the fire. Build a fire up high, way higher than we needed. I didn't know how to tell her the stories. How you never whistle in the woods, especially not at night, because you don't know what will hear you, what you will attract. How when something screams, you don't look, you just keep moving because it's probably a fox. Probably, but maybe not. With the fire blazing, it almost seemed comical. We huddled together in the warmth and I relaxed, feeling her body against mine always calm me. We ate some dinner, then I added some more wood to the fire. Exhausted from the hike, we crawled into our sleeping bags. I drifted off quickly. I woke up with a start hours later, frozen, my heart beating, adrenaline pumping. Something was wrong, very wrong. Then I heard it, my name, low in the wind, an almost breathless whisper. Christopher. So low, thought I imagine it, stillness. Then it happened again, like the rustling of the pines, but an unmistakable voice. Christopher. The fire was so low that seeing was nearly impossible. I reached out to shake my wife. Her bag was empty. Copper filled the back of my throat. I scrambled out the front of the tent, fumbling with the zipper. I tried to click on the lamp. Darkness. Throwing some wood on the fire. First rule. Large fire. Then I sprayed the fire starter. Something at the edge of the clearing screamed. That disquieting every scream. I looked over. My wife stood there. I hear something running away in the bush. I ran to my wife. She was shivering, shaking. I picked her up and brought her back to the tent, put her in the bag and held her. Slowly, the shaking grew less, easing, quieting. After about 15 minutes, her body had settled, but absolutely silent. I whispered to her, told her she was safe. She exhaled a long, slow exhale, then fell into a deep sleep. I went out, built the fire up, and waited for the dawn. After an age, it came. There were no more disturbance that night. When she woke up, she was back to normal. Couldn't remember anything. The rest of the trip was uneventful. Well, normal couple stuff. She was more affectionate than usual. However, even after a long, horrendous hike, she'd crawl into my sleeping bag, press herself against me, take me. That's our way to say you got freaky dicky. She'd always had a healthy sex drive, but usually it was me initiating. At the time, I thought it was my lucky day. We got home and I got back to work. About a week later, deep in sleep, I hear the voice. Christopher. Rustling pipe. Rustle, rustle, rustle. I sat up. She was in the doorway of the bathroom, clocked in the shadow, watching. When she realized I saw her, she stepped back and crawled into bed. She usually snuggles against me to fall asleep, but this time she stayed on her half of the bed. The distance between us felt cavernous. Cavernous. I don't know how to read that. In the light of the day, it seemed silly, even faded like a dream. This was my wife, the woman who held my heart. I must have been in that space between dream and awake until it happened a week later. This time she was standing at the foot of the bed, hair messed up, an evil grin on her face. Hungry. Christopher. I sat up and ran downstairs, went to garage, got in my car and locked the doors. Somehow I fell asleep, woke up to a tapping on the window. It was her. What you're doing down here? She asked, looking at me. My wife was back. Do you remember last night? No. Did something happen? I didn't know what to do, so I lied. No. I'm late for work. I turned the car on. She leaned in and kissed me, then smiled. For a second, the mask dropped. That smile with no warmth, something dark lurking beneath. I backed out the driveway. I was distracted at work. After lunch, I went for a walk through the park, sitting on a bench, trying to figure out what to do. My phone buzzed in my pocket. A picture. My wife holding up a pregnancy test. 2 bars. I heard the voice. Christopher, rustling pines, and a faint whistle. With this mask I can't. Very good. Here's the thing, she had just appeared right before our trip, 11 days ago. Maybe I'm overthinking, but I googled it. She shouldn't have been ovulating, and the urine test shouldn't have revealed a pregnancy this early, usually. I wonder how she knew to take the test so soon after her cycle. I heard that voice again. Maybe it's a normal child growing in her belly. These things aren't absolute. Maybe. But I also hear Grammy's deep Kentucky drawl warning us to not whistle in the woods because it attracts attention. And there's certain things you don't want to knowing where you are or following you home. I'm not sure what to do, but I can hear that voice, the voice deep in the woods of rustling pines, wild, ancient, calling my name, Christopher.